Welcome to the Whole Division podcast. We are back again. This is season 2, episode Milan. What episode is it?
3.
Now, just in case you guys don't know, anytime before we go live, we always have to ask Milan what episode it is. We've got to check with Milan. We've got to make sure that she's aware. We have to tell her the numbers numerically. We have to say, Milan, it's episode 3, so that when we go live, she knows it's episode 3.
No, Sticks, don't be lying on my name. This year, someone keep a tally. I've got it right 3 weeks in a row.
So yeah. I like how Milan said that, because I was going to say, it leads on nicely to say that there's been many times we've told Milan before we've gone live what episode it is, and she still got it wrong. But you know what? 2022 is a brand new year, and she's just admitted that this year she's got it right. Although we're only 3 episodes in. I think it's a well done to Milan. Oh, well done to Milan.
Well done.
Now, as you see, as always, we're back, and we are joined, of course, by the Whole Division podcast first lady, Miss Chitty Bang Bang.
Hi, guys. Not me in work today, throwing the register and saying, fuck this job. I didn't do that.
She didn't do that. And we can't even tell you what age group she works with as well. We are also joined by the band to bring her Miss Milan, Miss Millie Rock.
Speak free.
We are joined by a man from another time zone. Now, I'm going to put him, before I even tell you who he is, right? Obviously, there's only ever he on here, right? Now, as we know, his name is Carl. He is white, and he should be here on time. But this week, he was super late. Can you believe it? Mr. Carl Ball.
And I'm going to stay away from you, mate. But don't start that shit. Don't come for me.
Don't come for him. He is not today.
Now, we have to let Carl off as well a little bit. Got to give a bit of grace, because it is 8 o'clock in the morning where he is. So we have to let him off a little bit, all right? But again, remember, he's white, so he should be here on time. But today, he was late. Can't believe it.
I wasn't late. I was smoking a cigarette. I pressed the laptop, and I'd gone for a cigarette. So I hadn't pressed join. Screw you.
Because you not coming today.
And we also joined by the very lovely Miss Shim.
Hey, guys.
Now, for those of you who don't know, right, she's an actress. I've seen some of her stuff, right? I've seen it. Yes, I'm going to beat you up, Shay. I've seen some of her stuff. I was watching one show one day. Just minding my own business, watching something. I was like, but wait, is that Cher I see in the background? I had to rewind. I was like, oh my days, Cher. I was thinking, what's going on? Trying not to tell us and all that. But anyway. And of course, myself, DJ Sticky Fingers.
No.
Wow.
Hi, Sticky.
Yeah, I know. We won't go there. So this week, now, if you don't know about what we do, we normally have 2 topics. We have a serious topic, a fun topic, and in between there, we have the Arcs Millie and the Arcs Auntie Carl, right? Yeah, that's what I said, Auntie Carl. So to this week is all different. So our serious topic this week, we're going to be talking about abuse of power, talking about the Met Police and the footballer Mason Greenwood, and we're also going to be talking about embarrassing moments. Now, I'm not sure what the context is about embarrassing moments. I think she's going to lead us on that one, right? But embarrassing moments. I've got a few myself. In fact, we won't even go there. We won't go there. But anyway, we're here. We won't go there. As I said, abuse of power, Met Police and Mason Greenwood. So to give a bit of context about the abuse of power of the Met Police, I'm going to read something that I was sent today. And it's talking about the Met Police and it's talking about the police station in Charing Cross, London Charing Cross, right? They're called London Charing Cross Police Station. And it says, Met Police is forced to apologise after officers joked about raping and hate effing female colleagues and killing black children, with one cop dubbed McRapey Rapison in a vile WhatsApp and Facebook chats watchdog finds. They called him Rapey McRapison. McRapey Rapison. I mean, that was his nickname. McRapey, I can't even say it. It's just so weird. Carl, I mean, where do we start with this one? And again, talk about Mason Greenwood, for those who don't know, there's some allegations that went out in terms of a voice note and pictures of ex-partner saying that sexual assault. So he's been suspended from the club, and I think he's been arrested, if I'm not mistaken, but don't hold me to that. So Carl, what's your views? Where do we go with this? Where do we start?
I mean, the first thing I want to say is these people are meant to be there to uphold the law, keep civilians safe, keep our people safe. They are not the law, first off, and thank you very much for the person who actually leaked this information to bring these arseholes to justice. Like, they need to be dealt with hard. And I think the whole Metropolitan Police as a whole collective source need to be retrained, Get rid of the old shit, the old bigots, bring in the new people who actually want to take the job properly, personally, because it's a whole lifestyle change. You have to like really adjust to it. These people are low-life scum. I can't believe they've been allowed to get around the system for so long because they are police officers. They have abused every bit of their power, and I can't fathom my disgust for these people in general. I mean, why do you think that you can get away with this for so long? Raping people, racism, homophobia, bigots, just all-round scum. These people need to be taken to justice, taken to the bloody prisons, and let the prisoners take care of them. That's what needs to happen.
Fair enough. I've got a challenge on that though, right? So I'm not disagreeing with a lot of what you said. I got one challenge I have, and by the way, make it very clear, when I'm challenging Carl on this, I'm not disagreeing with his other points. Right? Just one part I want to just kind of have your opinion on. You said about retraining everyone. So if you kind of got rid of everyone and brought in new people, do you think that would really make a difference? And the reason why I asked that question is because some of the things that people do. So if you got everyone that was there now, brought a brand new set of people, don't you think it would still have the same problems? Because the things that, even though it'd be new people, they're new younger people, the things that they're doing are things that are being taught to them by parents and grandparents. So those same behaviours and mindsets could still possibly be there.
Yeah, they could. I mean, but there should be, when you are going for a job such as a police officer, I think there should be intervened in terms of mental health checks. There should be a lot more they'd be doing in the background in order for them to get the job. I mean, you can't just go into this sort of job untrained in the mind and then thinking you can just go on about your day and just do what the hell you want. If you're there as a police officer or higher, you are there to do a extremely decent job of looking after the people. That's what it's about. And I don't know, training to do with this, I just think you just need to be a decent human, to be honest, and want to uphold the law and do the right thing. And if you can't do that, that's not your job you should be in.
And I agree. I mean, I think in a perfect world, I think you're right 100%. But I just think even if you had all those measures in place, if you are that sort of person, you would find a way around it, innit? You can beat a lie detector test. Someone says to you, what's your views on rape? You'd be like, no, I don't agree with it, and then go out, 2 days later and do it. Do you know what I mean? So I think it's those people have a choice, and they've made a choice. And again, to the point they think it's funny. You call yourself McRapey,
but also
McRapey.
Yeah, well, some shit. Yeah. I mean, but also, is it a case of, with the higher powers, ignorance is bliss? Is there a case of that also?
Yeah, I agree. I agree there, definitely. Something kind of like pass, just kind of brush it under the table, it's forgotten about. And we are a bit, I think as consumers, as people, we can be a bit fickle sometimes because seeing something else comes along, we've kind of forgotten what happened yesterday. So something else has taken over. Kanye announces a new pair of trainers, or Kim West does something else, and I don't know. They've all forgotten about it, do you know what I mean? Miss Milan, Miss Billy Rock, what's your views and what's your take on this?
I mean, where do you even start? Like, obviously, it's not the whole police. This is a certain amount of individuals, but it makes you lose trust. Like, there was already, a cultural distrust in the police. So there's already that. And then for this to come out, again, you're losing more trust in the police. And as Carl said, these are supposed to be people who are supposed to be there to help you and protect you and be there in your times of need. Like no matter what that is. And then it's like, and then this comes out. And then I think in that group chat, there was 14 of them in there. And of the 14, only 2 have got the sack. The rest of the 9 are still working in the force, and we're not allowed to know if the 2 of them are the 2 that was making comments, or if they were just 2 who sat in the chat and watched it happen, or if one is one and one is the other. We're not allowed to know that. So how do we know that out of the 9 that are still in the force, they're not people who made comments in the group, and we'll never know, which I think again is wrong. It should be like in the public's interest to know who is in the force. You know, going back to what's that man name, Wayne Couzens or something. Again, we lost trust in the police again, and he was just one individual. Do you know what I mean? And it was like he was in uniform. She trusted him, and he abused that. So, and then now this is happening again, but this time it's in like messages, and they're talking about children from all different backgrounds. They're talking about disabled people. They're being homophobic. They're talking about like women. A lot of the messages that were posted, obviously the ones about kids and stuff, are not allowed to be posted online because literally they are that graphic. So that already gets your mind thinking, but so what could you have said? Do you know what I mean? What could you have said that it can't be publicized? It can't be published. What did you say about kids that can't be published? That is already, for me, that's my head's gone. Do you know what I mean? And in the chat, they were talking about basically like if you beat up your woman, it's gonna make her love you more because that's what women want. What are you on about? Literally, like they're in the chat talking about, I need to take the missus out next week. And then I've got like work again, but I'm taking her out because I backhanded her the other day. What? And you're in a group chat and no one thought to say like, or even put the roll it like the emoji, like no one said nothing. Everyone was going along with it. Someone, and then a police officer said to like a female police officer in the chat with everybody like reading it that I'd happily rape, I'd happily rape you, and if I was like single, I'd happily chloroform you. Sorry, what? And that's all seen, and they're trying to class this as banter. It's work banter. I'm sorry. When you say things that can't be published because it is that bad, that's not banter. Do you know what I mean? Like that is disgusting. And then it's like,
Mel.
People say, so the police is like whistle. So people are saying that people never said anything in the group chat because they were being like bullied by the people who was like writing all this stuff. Because there was also messages in there saying, basically like, I hate all the grasses, and if I met up with any of them, like I'd stab them, I'd do this with them, like if you're a grass, come out of the chat, but you have to watch your back and all this and the other. So the ones that didn't say anything are trying to say that because they were being like bullied and pressured, they didn't like speak up on it, because in the police, like whistle blowing is seen as like you do not do that. But it's like, well, then what's the point in having a whistleblowing line, which is supposed to be not confidential, what's the word? Supposed to be anonymous. If you can't whistleblow anyway, like what's the point? It doesn't make sense. Like if I was watching Jeremy Vine, well, not at the time, I watched it on Catch Up because they were talking about it today, and he said, you know, in the with doctors and stuff like that, or even in any line of work, you have a whistleblowing line so that when you see something that's not right, you can speak about it, you can openly talk about it. But in the police, whistleblowing is not like, you do not do that. And it's like, why? The police are literally there to help you. They're there to keep you safe, but they're not doing that because they're having these disgusting chats and are still allowed to work in the force. All of them should have been suspended. All of them should have been like sacked. But no, 2 have got this sacked and the other 9 of them are still working in the force. How does that happen? And also on Jeremy Vine, I know I'm going on a bit here. Also on Jeremy Vine, they had like an ex-police commander or something on, and he said that there was something else in the news a couple of weeks ago, but it was like missed because of this whole Boris party thing, that a Met officer was jailed over pretending to be a photographer and filming the like ladies getting undressed and asking them to do specific acts on him, and he was like filming them. Again, that's another like Met officer, but it was in the news, but it was kind of like in the bottom of the news. Do you know what I mean? Like you didn't really hear about it because all this other stuff that was going on. It's disgusting.
Hey, Mel, can I just something you said was quite interesting then. You said the 9 people have nothing's gone on with them. So
Yeah, they're
if a
still
crime's been
working.
if a crime's been committed and you know information and you don't bring that forward, you are also part of that crime. So why doesn't that go for them?
Joint enterprise doesn't happen here, I don't think. You just, because you're the police, you still get to work because, they're down in numbers at the moment. So we can't sack all of them else. Who's going to help us?
But they're not the law, they're there to uphold.
There could be an argument for that, right? I'll tell you what, actually, if I take the argument, it could be some messages. DJ Emperor says, greetings all. Says, hey, Sistering. Hey, beautiful people. My Little Trouble says, hey, guys, locked in. PD says, this doesn't surprise me. This is how things like Mark Douglas, Stephen Lawrence, and many more cases were brushed under the carpet for so long. There are people in high positions all the way to the top that allow and condone these behaviours. Okay, these behaviours, all right, fine. Brina says, even everyone, hey, everyone's saying hey. And whistleblowing is controlled so they can cover up all the corruption. So, Carl, your point, right, in terms of the WhatsApp group, you could argue that you're in it to see what's going on. Because if you leave it, you don't know what's going on. If you stay in it, you are able to see who's doing and saying what. So even if you're not part of it, you don't agree with it, and you're thinking, what the hell are these people talking about? By exiting, you don't know what's being said and what's happening. If you stay in,
but if you're not telling anyone, then you're still involved. That's like all being in. That's like us not being in a group now, and I'm saying, right. Say we're all in the same room. We're not in individual rooms, and I'm like, right, I'm gonna go outside of some shop and I'm gonna stab the first person I see. Are you not on it? If you now come with me, you're a part of that. If one of you decided, you know what, I'm not on that, I'm going to stay at home, then you're not part of that because you didn't come.
No, but being in the group would be the person that doesn't come with you. I've stood across the road watching. Because I'm saying,
were still there.
No, but I ain't part of you. No, I didn't come with you guys. I just stood across the road watching because you could argue that I'm in the group
to help and you're still involved.
No, but again, you could argue the fact. I'm not saying this is the reason why. May I add? I'm not saying this is the reason. I'm saying you could argue the fact that you're saying, right, when someone said to me, if I don't want to be part of it, I need to leave. We've all got groups in it that we don't even talk in. It's on mute. We don't even know what's going on. And you can say that, right, I was in the group because I saw stuff that I didn't believe what I was reading. So I stayed because I wanted to see what was going on, who was doing what, so I know, and I'm able to get enough information then to pass it on to say, right, this person was doing this, that, and the other. He and she were doing this, said this. I've got enough information as opposed to one thing being said and me going to report it. But I need more information, so I need to be around.
Point, but it went on for a good two years. So
detective work, isn't it? Detective. Shay, what's your views on this?
I just think it's vile, really. And I think it really shines a light on how society as a whole is today. There's a lot of people out there who are racist, rapists, pedophiles, homophobic, and a lot of people just get away with it. But I feel like with the police as well, because of the power that they have, they get away with it more. And yeah, I just think it's disgusting. I feel like the police are they're like a whole, they're like a gang, really. That's what I feel like. But yeah.
You get away with it unless your name's Wiley. Chids. What's your views? Or have your name's Wiley or the group you're going after? I'll leave it there. Chids.
I think first and foremost, don't know why people are surprised because this shit has been happening. It's just that when it gets leaked or when it comes out. But the biggest thing for me, sorry, totally missed. I said the sentence in my head but didn't say it out loud. It's only when it gets leaked or it comes out, that's when people want to talk about it and draw attention to it. And we do that naturally because we're just human beings. That's what we do. But the biggest thing for me is that the fact that they were forced to apologise. Check that word. They were forced to apologise. And they were only forced to apologise because it got leaked and it got out there and the public knew. again, like, in regards to what Milan was saying, we don't know who it was. The two people who, they're the people who are there still working. It's probably them. Do you know what I'm saying? But we don't know. And these are the people who are supposed to protect the public, but they're having conversations about, like, raping children and doing all kinds of things to. It's just, it's not something that we can fathom. How have they still got their jobs? This is how you know that the powers that be are corrupt. Like, it's just full of rapists, paedophiles, racists, all sorts. And it's only now, when things like this happen and things are leaked, it's like people will talk about it for about a week, but next week nobody will care about it. And that's how they get away with it. If you go on about something long enough and loud enough, something gets done. It's just like with the Queen and her son. Do you know what I mean? She's doing the most, and she just thought, I'll take certain things away from him so people could just shut up and be quiet. It doesn't take away the fact that he was still involved in certain things. It doesn't remove that. And I think this is where people kind of get it twisted. Yeah, it's good that it's come out, but this shit is not new. It's something that's been going on, and it's only going to get worse because it gets spoken about for a very short period of time, then it disappears again. For me, it's the force. They were forced to apologise. You shouldn't want to be talking about those things in the first place. You shouldn't want to be saying those things. Like, what type of human being, anybody who says anything when it comes to there are many bad things that we can do in life, yeah, but like, when it comes to rape and anything to do with children, you deserve to just die. Like, you deserve to be gone, because how can you say anything? How can you even in a joke? Do you get me? I got a sick sense of humour and whatever, but there's a twisted sense of humour, and then there's just absolutely gone. And these are the people who are protecting our, the world, really. Mad.
Can I just jump in as well and say,
yeah,
I would be very what's the word? Well, I don't know, but I'd be very something to know if the guys that were saying, like, the guy that said, I need to take my missus out because I backhanded her the other day, like, are they following up those claims to see if she's actually going through a domestic abuse, like, relationship? Do you know what I mean? Like, are they following up the messages that was said? And the other, there was another guy who as well was talking about battering his wife, and now she loves him more, and she won't now leave him alone because he beat her up. And do you know what I mean? Like, are you following these up? And those, like, women don't speak up already about being in a domestic or emotional abuse relationship. If you're married or you're going out with a police officer, are you really going to speak up on him and say, like, yeah, he did do that. Yeah, that is true. Do you know what I mean? Like, because if there was no truth in what they said, like, if people believe that there's no truth in what they said and it's just words in a WhatsApp group, then realistically, what's the worst that's going to happen to them? They're not going to be put into prison because it's just words.
It's true.
There's some very valid points there. Before I go back to Chid's point in a second, read some of his messages quickly. Brina says, Chid's facts, fire emojis. Brina says, again, fire emojis. Mrs. NG Bant says, yes, guys, and love heart emoji. Also, I said a big belated birthday shout out to Mr. NG Bants as well. Happy belated birthday. P. Lee 85 says, totally agree, Chids. DJ Impress has given Chids the clapping hand emojis, and then there's lots of hey lovelies, how you doing, this, that, and the other. Hey. Yet no one said hey sticky fingers, right? But anyway, we won't go there. But Chids, you made a good point, right? Also, can I just say, I like the cup the glass that Cher's got. It's lovely. I love it. When Cher took a swig, I love it. Yep, IKEA's finest. Chids, you made a good point, right, in terms of, like, we spoke about the Queen, because you're talking about what's happening with these people depends on, and I think it really depends on, I made a joke about Wiley, I think it depends on who the person who's been attacked is, depending on the group that you're part of, innit? Because as you said, the Queen, her son, and in fact the royal family, I'm sure they've all done a lot of things over the years, the Queen, Boris, PMs,
Yeah.
yeah. All these prime ministers and politicians or what have you, always doing all sorts of nonsense. So, but you know what I mean? So they're getting away with murder. Anyway, Chids, on something more lighthearted, are you ready for the Arcs Millie and the Arcs Auntie Carl?
I am ready for the
Yeah.
Arcs Millie and Arcs Auntie Carl.
So for those of you,
One.
beat this one. So for those who don't know, right, we have a section we call Arcs Millie and Arcs Auntie Carl. That's where Chili comes up with a scenario, or say comes up. Sometimes someone will send her a scenario, something that's happened in real life scenario, and we want to know. It's like an agony arc. What would Auntie Carl do? And we're going to ask Millie because we want to know what Millie would do as well. All right.
Mill,
So
I'm
that's
not
it,
ready
really.
for this. They're asking both of us.
I know. I need
I mean-
opinion from both of you.
And before you say so, right, before you do it, Chids, there's lots of haze. Oh, Mrs. NG Bank says, at DJ Sticky Fingers, don't sulk now. Can you believe
I
it?
can always talk.
I know. Can you believe the rudeness? I just can't take these things these days. P says, it's very easy to say it wasn't meant. They are very good at doing the right thing and apologizing to cover their tracks, but it's only to cover themselves. Fair enough. Yeah, can't even argue with that, can I? Chids, you ready?
I am, indeed. So, right. So there's this woman, and she's married. I would say happily, but she's not. Can't be happily. She's married, and she has 3 children. Her eldest child, who is 14, and a boy. He kind of walked in on her doing the do. It happens, does happen. But while she was doing the do, it wasn't with her husband. It was with another guy, a little sneaky link. And so the son has gone and said to the dad, like, he was being really standoffish with the dad, and the dad was like, what's his problem? Why is he having an attitude and whatever? And the mum was like, oh, they're like teenagers, hormones, blah, blah, blah. So then the dad has asked the son, what's your problem? And he's like, oh, you and mum the other night, blah, 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 I walked in on you having sex and stuff and that. So he was like, well, that, that's me and your mum, that's what we do. But then the dad's getting just a little bit more inquisitive now, isn't he? And he's like, why is he like acting really funny? Like, what's going on? And the mum's trying to steer the dad off from asking more questions. And what she wants to know is, should she confront her son and ask just to see what he knows? Because she doesn't know. She said he didn't see the guy's face, but he's going to know his dad, innit? He's going to know. She's saying he must know that it wasn't his dad. But then she doesn't know if he doesn't, because he's not saying nothing, and it's almost like he's playing a game with her. Or is she just paranoid? She really doesn't know what to do. She doesn't know whether to go along with the story, because then the dad might start thinking, because she's saying she ain't slept with the dad like in a minute, innit, really. It was like a couple of weeks. It was like 2 weeks before she slept with the dad, and then she slept with the other guy, innit? She had the guy in the house. And then the son must have come back from school or whatever, wherever he came back from, and he walked in on them. But the dad hasn't really put 2 and 2 together, and the mum doesn't know what the son knows. So, yeah, she wants to know what the hell. And this is real, by the way. It's a real thing. Yeah, it's real.
First things first.
Really
Why is she bringing people to a house when her fucking kids are asleep and whatever? More fool her. She just wants to have a bit more of a standard, should we say? Especially if her and the guy are still together. You're gonna get caught out, bitch. That's dumb.
Apparently, they were all meant to be out of the house or whatever, but the son came back.
Kids are kids. They're in and out. You can't trust that. You can't. You can't go and tell a kid, go away for 3 hours, because you know damn well, because you told them for 3 hours, they're going to be back within 30 minutes. Do you know what I mean? You tell a kid something, they're going to do the opposite.
Mhm.
So why would you first off go and bring a person over the home if you're supposed to be with that their father? And how dumb is the father not to put two and two together and go, hang on, I haven't been there in a hot minute. That's
Right?
clearly not me. And I don't give a shit what sort of 69 or fucking crow position you were doing if you're going to kind of know if that was your dad or not. You know? It's, I don't care what type of yoga shit you're doing. The kid's going to know something. And this is just a dumb scenario. Are we talking real delinquents
real.
of society here?
Yeah,
This is real.
real thing. Yes, yeah, it's really happened. She doesn't know
Alright.
what he knows. She's a bit shook.
Millie, before we go to Millie, right, let me read some of the messages quickly. I don't want to lose them. Right, so back to the last topic before this is the last one, the last topic, right? Ms. NG Banks says, anyone in a position of power needs to practice what they preach. If a doctor jokes about killing patients, they'll be struck off. I thought I'd read that one because I thought that was quite funny. Right, so back to this topic. Ms. NG Banks also says, and again, if you don't know, shouts out happy belated birthday to Mr. NG Banks. How has the dad not put two and two together when he has accepted his wife in weeks? Back to what Carl was saying as well.
That's what I mean. Like she's the time frame. Put a bit of context on the time frame. Off the top of my head, I believe it was she slept with the dad 2 weeks prior, and then obviously 2 weeks after, she's got caught with this. He's walked in and she was doing this other guy or whatever. So, but the dad.
So I'm assuming they don't live together, right?
No, they all live together, like in the same house and whatever and stuff. But he was wherever he was. The kids were out, and she wanted this guy around. But the dad, where the child has said to the dad, like, you and mum, I walked in on you, or whatever. You know how kids talk. He must have said, oh, the other day or whatever. The other day, sometimes my daughter will say the other day, and it's all 3 years ago. Do you know what I mean? So I don't think the dad has really taken on, but now he's starting to think, oh, why is he going on? And why did he wait 2 weeks to come and tell me? And do you know what I mean? So that part makes sense. But I don't.
Also,
let me read the rest of these. Hold on. Ms. NG Banks says, kid probably naive and dad's in denial. He has to be. DJ Empress says, Maury is needed. Maury Povich, you know. Maury Povich. You know the one that says, in the case of Deshaun, are you the father? You are not the father. And it was, oh. Anyway, Maury Povich. PD says, crow position. And Brina says, happy belated birthday, NG Banks. Right, Millie asks Millie, what would you do if you are this married woman?
I mean, first of all, I don't cheat because that's good. But if I was a cheater, so if I was her, you'd have to, first of all, men are a bit silly anyway. So I believe that he just hasn't put two and two together. He's just like, well, you walked in, and like Chidi said, my son will be like, oh, the other day we went blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, no, we did that when you was all like 2 and now you're 7. How many years is that? Do you know what I mean? I'm all like, what are you talking about? So anyway, I believe that the dad is just cut him out for a minute because he's just in his own little world. Just, do you know what I mean? Just doing that. As for the mum, sorry, the other thing I'd be questioning is though, why is the son only standoffish with the dad and not the mum if he walked in on both of them? That's what I don't get. Because if you saw your mum fucking somebody else, you'd be standoffish with your mum. So did he think it was his dad or not his mum? I don't know. Anyway, that's beside the point. If I was her, I just have to go talk to my son and be like, oh, your dad said that you like walked in on us the other day. Do you know what I'm saying? And go from there and see what his story is. If he's saying like, yeah, I walked in, can't believe you lot are still fucking, you lot are nasty, be like, all right, cool. Well, you know, you can't be, and then I'd be saying to him, well, why are you, you know, standoffish like with your dad? I just have to question it. Like, I need to get my answers first so I can get my story straight. Do you get me? I'm not going to sit down with my husband and my son and be like, wow, you caught us, and hold hands. Oh, you caught us the other day, darling. No, I'm going to pull you to the side and I'm going to sit you down, yeah? And I'm going to make sure I've got like your PS5 in my hand as well. Maybe under my arm while I'm washing up, just in case I might slip. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm going to have you by the bowl, do you get me? I'm going to have you there, like, so you saw me and your dad the other day, yeah? And I'm going to be looking straight. Yeah. Me and your dad the other day, yeah? Me and your dad the other day, yeah? All right, cool. And then after that, depending on what my son says, I'm gonna leave it because it's all right. Because I know that I's good. If he starts coming out with a whole then boy, we're gonna have a problem there. We're gonna have an issue, and that's when I'm gonna have to go to the joint bank account and start just transferring some of my money to my sons and be like, you better shut the fuck up now, because like if I leave this household, you're coming with me, and we're just gonna be in boxes, okay? We're gonna be on the streets. We're gonna be on the streets. Then you're gonna go speak up. If not, and you want to keep this PS5 while I'm washing up, then you're gonna keep your fucking mouth shut. Do you get me? That's what I would do. 100%.
Love the mafia. Love the mafia tone of that. But here's a part as well. How dumb is the father? He should go and calculate back. So hang on, your attitude changed with me only the couple of days ago when I wasn't there. If it was that long ago and the attitude has only just started to change now, then...
Yeah, but we know what men are like. You'll be out on school run and your partner will call you like, oh, no, you'll call your partner like, oh, like, put the dinner on, say you're doing spag bowl. You come home, that whole fresh packet of pasta is now in the thing, and you're like, there's 3 of us. Are you feeding the neighbourhood? Why have you cooked all the pasta? Men are just stupid like that. Do you get it? So yeah, he's right. I'm not worried about my husband.
Not all.
Now, I've got to figure out what my son knows. Because if my husband's still acting cool with me, then we're cool. Because the men can't really hide. Do you know what I mean? Like, he would start acting all shifty, or do you know what I'm saying? Like, say for instance, we normally sit on the sofa and we're watching TV and we're cuddled up, and then I notice that he's not. Alright, cool, now I've got 2 problems. But at the moment, now my husband's cool. He can just stay being in his little airy fairy world with the unicorns and the butterflies. It's my son that we've got issues with. Do you get me? We've got problems.
I don't know if you watched those he was blatantly watching the video of his wife getting banged by another woman while sat next to her, and they were in.
What's that thing called? Ring doorbell. That's what he was doing.
You know what?
Yep.
You made a good point, though. I think Mills gave some good points there. But you asked why he might be bad at the dad and not the mum. Because maybe as a boy, as a young man, he's thinking, "Wow, this man, what I thought was my dad or is my dad, is there tearing my mum up apart." You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You know what I mean? So he thought, like, I'm kind of mad at you for trying to tear my mum down. But anyway, reasons mentions quickly. NG Banks, Mrs. NG Banks says she ain't shit. Fair enough.
Yeah.
Rena says, yep, my kids too. Shout out to No Truth Barred podcast. Shout out to Hoyt. If you haven't already, make sure you check out Hoyt and the No Truth Barred podcast on YouTube and on Instagram. Says, what's good? And P85 says, Mills is laughing at Mills.
I'm being serious. You see me, I ain't a cheat. I don't believe in all of that. Like, if I think I'm gonna cheat, then we just gotta break up, because
we gotta finish,
I'm not invested in the relationship. But if I was a cheater, I'd be like that crazy psycho mofo. Like, literally, I would have it. You know, like when they flip the whiteboard, like it's like ABCs on one side, you flip it, and all of a sudden there's a blueprint. Yeah, don't worry. That's what I'm saying. My husband for now, he's cool. Don't worry, I still got my eye on him, but he's cool. He's still cuddling me on the sofa. He's still spooning me while we're in bed. All right, cool, we're cool. It's my son I've got problems with. And once I sort him out, we're all right. Because remember,
Mills
we in the box.
Mills said, I got to flip the whiteboard. That's what we call ginal behaviour. Behaviour. Anyway, we ain't saying no more on that.
Mills is part of the CIA over there.
No, that's Mills as a cheater, though. Mills said if she was a cheater, she's going to have the two boards, the whiteboard one side, the whiteboard flipped on the other side. I don't know what you'd be doing with a whiteboard in your house, but anyway. Rena says, hey, same here, Mills, haven't got time. Right. So, on to the final topic then, which is embarrassing moments. Now, I need some context here, because I'm going to start with Cher, by the way. So, Cher, I'm coming to you for some embarrassing moments, right? I need to be all quiet over there.
Do you know what I noticed? We didn't talk about Marcus Spring with Marcus.
I know, I noticed that as well.
Mason
Green. Yeah, Mason Green. But to be honest with you, it was all together, innit? Yeah, it was all together. It was all, yeah. But yeah, embarrassing moments. Now, I say he was go first, but where Cher is always so quiet, I always feel like I'll go come to Cher first because I'm embarrassing one. Cher's got that look in her face like, why are you coming to me first? Leave me alone. Like, Winston, shut up, because she calls me Winston for some reason. Yeah, but she don't even know frying dumpling on that. But anyway, Cher.
Is this embarrassing moments that I've had?
It doesn't necessarily. No, it's not singing.
No, yeah, no, yeah,
it could be
no.
anything.
No, I tell you,
Anything.
no. I'll tell you why, Chiz. I want embarrassment from all of you and for the guys in the comments as well. When I say guys and girls in the comments,
God.
I want some embarrassing moments from you guys as well. Okay, embarrassing moments. So I can see Peely85 in there. I see Brina's in there. I see Artist Substance in there. I see Mrs. NG Banks in there. I see Hoyt in there. Sarah 022332. Lots of numbers in there. I don't know. Yes, a lot of numbers there. My dyslexia was kicking in there. You in there as well. I want to know your embarrassing moments. All right. So Cher, going to you first. Give us an embarrassing moment.
I've got one from when I was a kid, in primary school, and I had these new pair of trousers that one of my family members bought for me, and they were like camo. They're really nice. And I thought I was bad in it at the time. I thought I was bad wearing the trousers. So I thought, let me wear them to school, you know. It's non-uniform day. Let me just go and wear them to school. And throughout the day, I decided to do the splits in my trousers. Which means that the trousers ripped. So I literally walked around all day because I didn't want to take my trousers off in it. I thought I looked nice. So I literally walked around all day with this big split down my trousers. So then when my mum came to pick me up from school, she's like, why have you got a big hole in your trousers? Like, why didn't you say anything? And I'm like, I just wanted to wear my trousers. But literally everybody was like, why are you walking with your legs together? And I'm just like, I just want to wear my trousers. But yeah.
I'll be that one. You know what, right? I'm going to come back to you again because I want an embarrassing story. I'm going to go around the table or around the group, and I want to embarrassing story of you as an adult, post 18, right? And before we do, I'm going to read one of these messages. This one says, my little brother challenged me to a race, and there was a whole bunch of boys. As we were racing, he cut me up, and I tripped over in front of all the boys.
Horrible that.
I know, but I want to embarrass as an adult. I was an adult embarrassing story. It doesn't be adult themed, by the way, just as an adult. I'm coming to Millie, Miss Milan, Miss Millie Rock, coming to you next on an embarrassing story.
Six. This is giving me a headache. I don't know.
I'll give you a second to think about it then. Carl, I'm coming to you next then. On an embarrassing story.
I've got a lot.
I've got loads of embarrassing stories.
I've got a lot. So here's a quick one, and I'll give you another one. Do you remember we're talking the time of Christina Milian Dip Below? When that came out? We're going back then. So we're in a club now in Cardiff called Platinum, I think it was called, Chid. £10 entrance, all you can drink. I had to sign a waiver on the way in. So found out afterwards they're filming for Booze Britain. There's Carl on the pole, dipping lows on. I dipped it low from the top of the pole and did a fucking split. Apparently, I never ever saw the episode, but I was on Booze Britain. And there was another time where more drink involved. We was at a bar in Cardiff, and it was the Royal fucking show where the artists come and stuff. I had a thing going back for Will Young. And Will Young was going to be at this pub. So I'm all hyped up, ready to go now. And I'm on the table with some friends, and being my drunk ass self, I laid back on the table, legs in the air, and said, yeah, Will Young can fucking do this. He was right in front of me. He walked through the fucking door as I did it. I wanted the fucking floor to open. Oh, I've got enough stories. I've done some dumb shit.
Carl, before I read these messages, Will Young.
I had a bad thing for him. I was seriously into Will Young.
Carl was in love with him. He was proper, like. I
don't know why. I was just super into him.
All right, so before I come back to Miss Milan, right, Brina says, in secondary school, I brought in an old school photo from primary days so my friends could have a laugh. One of them showed it to my crush. He was horrified. He didn't think I was cute at all. Oh, wow. Wow. Substance says, one time, me and my cousin dined and dashed at a restaurant. We got chased. I went under the van to hide. They caught me when I came out. I was half covered in mud. I had to get onto the bus from Streatham.
For dining and napping.
Exactly, dine and dash. PD says, I have none as an adult, which is pure lies. And this one says, did you make it evergreen? Oh, did you make it evergreen? All right.
No.
Miss Milan, Miss Millie Rock. What you got for us?
First of all, what's evergreen? I don't understand.
It's one of his songs.
His song. We're gonna take.
You know, for the longest time, I was sitting there thinking, like, I know who Will Young is, but I don't know what he sings. I'm like, I don't know. Okay, right, evergreen, cool. 6, I have a very boring life. Like, ask me like a fight story. I got loads, but an embarrassing one. I mean,
well, that's embarrassing as an adult. You don't want to be fighting your ass.
I got
okay. All right. Hold on, Millie. Okay, I'm gonna ask you a question. Right, you don't have to get into too much detail. Okay, but have you ever been caught trying to increase the population of the world?
No.
Okay. All right. Fair enough. Shall I come back to you in a minute as well? I'll come back to both you and Milan in a minute. I'll some embarrassing stories, right? Chids, what you got for us?
I've been caught trying to increase the population of the world, but with protection. It's fucking trampish as well. It is so trampish. I remember I had this boyfriend who's from Wembley. Oh, his name was Gus. Oh, Gus. He was actually nice, but I just feel sick when I think about it. And we would, whatever. But it was like fucking alleyway. And this woman came out of her house and she was like, "Oh, you disgusting." She was like, "It's disgusting." Like proper pestis. It was so bad. I've never told anybody that, and I just shared it with you lot and the whole of fucking YouTube and the whole of Instagram Live. I don't care, but I had to get out there and I feel free now. And also as well, another embarrassing thing that happened to me. I'm not a slag, by the way. Another embarrassing thing that happened to me was when I was pregnant with my daughter, I went to the cash point, put my cash point card in, and I pooped my pants. And I had to leave my bank card in there. And I remember the dad saying, "What are you doing?" And I was like, "I've shit my pants. Get me home." And I had grey joggers on as well. And you could see the shit through my grey joggers. It was really bad, guys. It was so bad.
I mean, that one can be forgiven, Chids, because you were pregnant, and
and I had it like not so long after. So I think it's the body. I really didn't even feel the shit coming. Didn't feel it. I literally shit my pants.
I mean, you can be forgiven for that one. I think, as a expecting mother, you're allowed that one. The first story, on the other hand,
my boyfriend's mouth as well.
Is what? Sorry,
you
did what? In my boyfriend's mouth as well.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah. It's loads of things will happen to me.
Yeah, I'm gonna come back to him. I'll go back to Milan in a minute. Before I come to Milan, let me read some more of these messages, right? So, that's quite a funny story though. In the alleyway, just got caught.
Yeah. Hey Gus.
Hey Gus. Hoyt from the No Truth Barred podcast has said, as always, say, meet check out Hoyt on the No Truth Barred podcast, right, on Instagram and on YouTube. Says, I smoked too much 2 years ago. I went and got into my car and I was waiting for someone to come drive me. I'm gonna read it again. I smoked too much 2 years ago. And I went and got into my car and I was waiting for someone to come and drive me. Wow. I was in the passenger seat. Wow. Brina says, I'm flying over to smoke with you. Wow. Okay. That was some real good stuff. Kay, who should be here, very own Kay, saying yes, a clapping. And Coy is also saying, Brina, that's why I had to fall back on the smoking. Brina also says, Archid's pregnancy is brutal. So, yeah. And DJ Princess is coming to Brina to go meet Hoyt to do the smoking because they want to be messed up like that too. So, Miss Milan, now I'm coming to Milan and I'm coming back to you as well. Some embarrassing stories of you as an adult.
The only one I can think of now, because Hoyt said that. So, like, literally, I'm sure I had my son. So this was in the past 7 years. I wouldn't say I was an adult though, but anyway, that's besides the point. I had it's not like that funny or nothing. It's the only thing I can think of. So I had some brownies, a lot of a brownie, and then I then had work the next day, and then on my way to work, I fell asleep standing at the bus stop. And then I was woken up by a schoolgirl. I probably missed a couple buses. Woken up by a schoolgirl that was like, "Are you all right?" I'm literally there's no chair at the bus stop. There's just the post. So I'm like, so finally woke up, got myself in the bus. I've got to work, and I was so fucked that my manager called my mum and said that you're gonna have to pick her up because we don't know, like, she keeps like drifting in and out. And my mum had to come and pick me up from work, and I was asleep on the couch. And she was like, we're gonna have to go, Amy, like, what's wrong with you? And I'm trying to tell her, like, no, Mum, I'm cool, but I'm there like, I'm all right. I'm all right. And she's like, no, we're gonna need to go to end. I'm like, no. And in the end, yeah, I just she took me home and I had to sleep it off.
It's terrible, isn't it? Edibles are not.
It was in my system for 3 days. 3 days it was in my system.
It's bad. Yeah, it is.
That's messed up. All right. That's messed up, actually. Sure, I'm coming to you in a second, right? I've given you enough time. But before I do, read some of these messages. Artist Substance says, have you ever been so high you're turning the computer volume down with a TV remote?
Wait, have you ever been so high that you're watching TV but it's on mute and you're still like laughing along to like,
yeah,
and you can
still hear it? Yeah, that's bad. Sticky definitely does not smoke weed.
I want to know what dumb shit Sticky's doing.
I've tried it a couple of times, and honestly, it's
It's
messing me
just
up, man.
sticky. We've all said what our
No, wait. No, we're going back to share first. No.
You said you wanted to get involved.
Yeah, that's what I'm not hosting. So good one, Carl. Good one.
Just to let you know, Sticky moaned and complained about being involved because he reckons he's not involved much, even though he's all up in the videos, all up in the comments, all up in the topic.
Yeah, don't forget that as well. I'll come back to Cher because Cher tries to, you know when you're at work or you're in a workplace or something like that, and or at school, and then teacher says, "Oh, who wants to volunteer to do something?" There's that one kid that's super quiet because they don't want to be noticed. That is Cher.
That was me. That was
I can tell.
As well.
Yeah. So coming back to Cher, I want another embarrassing story from you.
I don't really think I've got any embarrassing stories. I'm quite boring.
Okay, have you ever been caught trying to increase the population of the world?
Nope.
You've clearly been caught because you keep asking everyone.
I know.
Anyway, let me read some of these messages, right? Hold on.
See what he did there?
Yeah, trying to change the subject.
All up in the videos. Ice Substance says...
Your dirty sticky fingers over there.
Shut up. Ice Substance says, and it seemed like it was getting louder. Peely85 says, edibles are evil. Again, go back to what Milan was saying. Yeah, I have to agree with that one as well. So who's next? So wait, I think Carl said he's got more.
I know why they call you sticky fingers. Because...
I don't know what that is, to be honest. That's a card thing.
It's the vag jam.
Oh, is it? Okay. Brina says, you tried it, Sticky. She's laughing at me. What this one says, Artist Substance says, they just make me stare at the fridge. Oh, wow. That's what edibles us to staring at the fridge. Not even in the fridge, just staring at the fridge.
Yeah, just like that.
Oh, there's some more of these your embarrassing stories, guys. Let me read the comments out. More of your we only got 5. You know, guys, we've got 5 minutes left to go. So I want to hear more of these.
Sticky.
Sticky wants to come forward with his truth.
I'm hosted now, Sticky. I want to know an embarrassing moment from you as an adult.
Hold on. I got some.
No. Comments.
Hold on. Go read the last one. No, go read the last one. Hold on. This one's funny. Let me read this one. Let me read it. Hold on. This one says...
Diversion.
I'm not diverting. I haven't been caught, but I have been in a car park when people are around Think someone saw, but still no regrets. Oh my days.
Dirty ass, you. See, I knew she was bad news. She's naughty. Yeah.
Good on you, babe.
This one says no regrets.
No
This one
regrets.
says my midwife asked me if I shave. I was 8 months, can see over my belly, much less shave it. Oh wow. Let me say that again, right? I'm gonna say that again. My midwife asked me if I shave. I was 8 months pregnant, can't see over my belly, much less shave it.
And that's when you just need to sit in front of a mirror and do it yourself.
The midwife was disrespectful though about it.
So, Sticky, come forth with the truth.
But wait, how can you ask a pregnant woman who's 8 months pregnant?
Yeah.
8 months pregnant. Imagine being 8 months pregnant, someone asks you if you shave.
Look how he's diverse.
I mean, the way my hormones were, she would have got fly kicked somewhere, but you know.
Me and Carl, I remember when, I don't know if you remember quickly when we did this, when we were stupid teens, but do you remember when I put relaxer on a part that I shouldn't have put relaxer, and you put Veet in a place where you shouldn't, and we were both fucking screaming.
We burnt.
Oh my God, we burned. I just wanted to see what would happen. It's like, oh yeah, let me just put a little bit of relaxer in there and see what happens. Don't do it, guys. Don't relax your pubes, please don't.
What actually happened though?
I got an embarrassing one for Chitty. Chitty's there. Chitty's there. She's there. Going,
I've got one about
something burning. I can smell something's burning. I'm like, shit, the fucking thing's on fire. Her fringe, her afro relaxed fringe went to this fucking short. And we had an engagement party to go to.
I was so bad. I literally had to get a piece of weave. Remember the black glue? I had to stick it I'm going, I could smell burning. And it was me burning my hair. But the relaxer one was the best. It was brilliant. Do not relax.
Six, we need your story before we cut out.
I know.
No, we haven't got much time, but hold on. We haven't got much time.
We have got time. Sticky, start talking.
Hold on. Is that him
Sticky,
talking?
no. We're not holding on.
Hold on.
Hold on for too long. Sticky, talk.
Hold on. Our very own Kay. Hold on. Our very own Kay. Hold on.
Find out a story about Sticky.
Hold on. I'll mute you all. I'm going to mute you all. Look at that. Mute you. Kay, our very own Kay, right, says, I burnt my bits too. Brina says, I'm not trying to experience that Veet burn. PD says, went to get a wax and the woman was like, you tried, didn't you? Oh, wow. You tried. Artist Substance says, I got burnt by Veet. Couldn't put my arms down and went to a party that night. Oh my goodness.
I burnt my balls and my ass. Let me tell you, wasn't fun.
Carl's been, we've done some shit, haven't we? Why did we do things like that, Carl? We were bored.
And that was Veet for men.
Yeah, he did use Veet for men.
Bullshit.
Sticky's telling us
in the last 60
left,
seconds. What's your most embarrassing story?
I'm going to give you an embarrassing story about Sticky.
I don't have any, that's why I'm like
sharing. How he got his name DJ Sticky Finger.
Cher had two or one. Cher had one embarrassing story about her childhood. What's yours?
No, but I'm a quiet kid like Cher. I was a quiet kid. I was a shy.
Shit, the runs through your mouth.
I'll find some shit out about him. Don't worry, guys.
I was a shy kid. You know, when I was in school, I was a quiet kid. You know, I was quiet. I wasn't. I was a quiet kid. I was a shy, introvert back then. No lie.
I don't believe a word.
It's when I got to 30 plus when I became a bit more mouthy. But when I was them,
and we was looking for stories from when you was an adult.
Yeah, I know. But anyway, guys, it's almost that time. First of all, again, thank you for joining in as always.
Shit, guys.
Absolutely. Everyone in the comments give Sticky so much shit.
No, really.
Don't forget to like, share, subscribe. Yeah,
Sticky.
Share. Like, share, subscribe. Brina says, I'm done, calm. PD says, pure lie, Sticky is a general. I'm not. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe. Tell a friend to tell a friend. And don't forget, we are back next week, Wednesday from 9 o'clock.
We're
with
going to Dicky's secrets because I'm going to go dig in this week and I am going to find an embarrassing story on him. And do you know what? I'm just going to post it. I'm going to post it on the page, guys. Look out. Hold the Vision podcast. Look out for a post all about Sticky, who likes to be all up in the videos, all up in the conversation, all up in people's business, but don't like to share his own. Yeah?
Yep.
Okay.
He said before this episode he wants to be more a part of this.
yeah, I'm
Bullshit.
not having.
He moans and complains and has a little hippie fit. So, right, it's going to be all about him now. Watch.
Artist Substance says battery
do it
died.
well.
What did I miss? What you missed was
You missed
Sticky's
being
bullshit.
an idiot and not trying to share, want to know everyone's business and don't want to share his own. So I'm gonna, do you know what? I'll make shit up if I got to. I don't care.
Kay, our very own Kay says, Sticky, stop mugging everyone off.
Mugging us off, Kate.
But wait, Kay's saying I'm mugging everyone off, but Kay should be here right now, so she's mugging us all off.
She got a good excuse. She got work to do. You just like to be all up in people's
Sticky, you're a
business.
cop-out. You're a cop-out, mate.
Anyway, that is our time. It's been an hour.
Sticky's a fed. He's a fed.
Making bare notes by like, yeah, all right. The day was Wednesday, the 2nd of February, 2022. The time was
When
10
Sticky
o'clock.
went missing.
Sticky, I'm gonna put him in my boot 100%. Sticky, you're a fed. You're an op. Yeah, you are an op. And I'm gonna call you an op. But you are.
Someone called me a pagan. Someone called me a pagan recently. Couldn't believe it. They called me a pagan. They said it. I couldn't believe it. That's my embarrassing story. Someone called me a pagan because of stuff I post on Instagram. They called me a pagan.
You're embarrassing
Yeah, you
yourself.
are.
You're embarrassing yourself.
What, for the stuff that you post on Instagram?
Yeah, they called me a pagan.
I don't agree with it, but I'm gonna agree with it because you're just too much in people's business and don't like to share your own. Yeah.
DJ Empress says, good night all. Ice Substance says, fed, murder, put him in the boot. Wow. Anyway, guys, that's our time. It's an hour. Thank you for joining in. Don't forget, we are back next week, Wednesday, with more fun topics, more Arcs Millie, more Arcs Auntie Calm, more people up in people's business and what have you. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Tell a friend to tell a friend. And don't forget to join the Instagram page. If you haven't already as well, join the Instagram page. Make sure you tell everyone as well that we're here. And I think next week we might have another host as well. We might have another host next week. One of these guys might take over.
Yeah,
and I said, don't forget as well, Carl
definitely.
is the only white guy here. He's normally here on time. He was late. Couldn't believe it. And Substance says, Chili, call me. The two Wayne.
Okay, hold on.
So until next week, guys. See you all later, all right?
Okay,
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.